What's up, you motherfuckers? Two metalheads. I'm James,
Mario.
and we're gonna open a pack of fucking cards. Pro Set Superstars music cards from 1991.
Let's see what
Let's
chart
open up all
shows.
this music-related goodness. Oh yeah, tear that fucking pack open.
Put your finger in there, loosen it up a
Mm.
bit.
Oh yeah, get in there. Oh, look at all that
That
card
1990,
collecting goodness.
1990s glue really holds up. All
Sometimes it does, yeah.
right.
Let's get rid of the 10-cent off card. Let's get rid of the instant win game.
Yeah.
Done with that.
Go fuck yourself. All right, here we go. Boom. You want to go first? Want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll kick it off.
All right.
I got Heart.
Ah, okay. I liked them when I was a kid.
I love the song Barracuda. That is a fucking great song.
Kind of got played out for me. So like you hear it so much. At least you did.
Yeah, it's a tune that you do hear often on classic rock radio. Not as much as like Magic Man. Like that's a
Oh
bigger
yeah,
one, I think.
maybe.
But I always wanted to hear Iron Maiden cover Barracuda
Yeah, I could see that working.
because it got that gallop, that jun jugga jun jugga jun jugga jun jugga jun.
Yeah, maybe.
And Bruce Dickinson could hit those highs.
Yeah, probably. Probably still could.
Definitely.
Fair enough.
What's this? Seattle rock band. A lot of people forget that they're from Seattle.
I didn't know that.
Led by sisters Ann and Nancy Wilson, scored 8 top 10 singles between '86 and '90. That's right. They had a big revival in the '80s.
Maybe they were a 70s band originally.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Their early shit is from the '70s, and then in the '80s they had like they kind of sort of went hair metalish.
Ah,
The music wasn't very aggressive, but they kind of went that route and had the big fucking hairspray doos and all that stuff. They
yeah.
looked good too. Fucking Nancy was fucking gorgeous. All I want to do is make love to you. That's a great song. That's about like fucking some young dude in a hotel room. It's awesome.
Guess they had to get theirs in too,
Absolutely.
huh? All right. Let's see. I don't even some historic.
Historic concert card featuring Jefferson Airplane, Big Brother, and the Holding Company. That's Janis Joplin's original group. Pretty
I
cool. Nice
I
artwork.
would not have wanted to go to that. Oh, Appearance by the Grateful Dead. Even worse.
Yeah, I don't like the Dead.
Eh,
I
yeah.
like Janis Joplin though.
Jefferson Airplane and Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother and the Holding Company is was Janis Joplin's original band.
Ugh. From 9 p.m. till 9 a.m. And then breakfast.
Wow. So everybody's playing long sets and doing lots of acid.
Probably a lot of Coke.
I would say definitely a lot of coke. Michael Penn?
Who's that? Is he related to Sean Penn?
Yes.
Oh.
First instrument I picked up was a badminton racket. Get it? Because he was fucking pretending he was rocking and shit. After playing in and writing songs for a group called the Doll Congress, wow. He went solo with March in 1989, an album of many layered, well colored rock and roll.
Yeah, sure.
The title refers to the month, but to Penn's not to the month, but to Penn's tendency to compose in March forms. he has two brothers who are actors.
And that
So
people
there's
actually remember the names of.
well then
Oh, one
so
of them.
there's Sean Penn and then there's fucking what's his name who was in Reservoir Dogs, the other Penn brother, the heavy
No,
set guy.
I don't remember.
Is it Michael? No, it's not. This is Michael Penn. I forget the other one, but anyway, yeah. Here's the least talented of the three Penn brothers,
Maybe.
probably.
Okay. Belle Biv DeVoe.
Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison. You can't trust a big butt and a smile.
No, you can't. Uh, yeah, it even says their debut album, Poison, 1990.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see, an innovative blend of slamming hip hop beats and streetwise rapping and singing, all smoothed out on R&B tip with a decidedly pop bent. What? Who wrote this?
Ah, somebody was trying to be cool.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw black slang on the back of the card and people are going to love it.
doesn't even make sense.
I do every once in a while fucking get a few fucking cocktails in me and look up like old R&B from back then and that's one of the songs I go for the most.
Baby making music.
Yes. I never heard of these guys, but here is the Force MDs.
Does that guy have like a is that a that like that kid and play haircut on there?
Yeah, he's got the flat top, but it's not
Yeah,
as high as Kid from Kid and Play's high
I
top.
never heard of them.
Let's see. Harmonizing foursome, the brothers TCD and Stevie D, and neighbors Trisco and Mercury began its career a decade ago singing a cappella on a Greenwich Village street.
So they're from Connecticut.
No, Greenwich Village.
Oh, New York City, Greenwich Village. Yeah,
That's in New York City.
Greenwich, yeah.
I got my first blowjob in Greenwich Village. The force stands for the struggle that we faced growing up in New York City trying to make it. The MD stands for my dick. No, I'm sorry, musical diversity. The albums there have include Love Letters, Chillin', Touch and Go, and Step to Me, motherfucker. So there you go. There's the Force MDs.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Annihilator.
Oh yeah, Canada's fucking best.
Finally, some metal.
There you go.
Those reminded me of like pirate metal
Really?
because the vocals were like, even though they had different singers, he always sounded like a pirate to me.
I could see that.
Hmm.
Alice in Hell.
Let's see. As the first generation thrash metal groups have become more established, headbangers seek musical innovation and newer bands. Annihilator is one of these bands. The second album, Never Neverland, released in 1990, marks the debut of vocalist frontman Coburn Farr, formerly of Omen. I don't know Omen.
Oh yeah, I know Omen. You would like them.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's like 80s power metal before it was really called power metal.
Hmm.
It's kind of new wave of British heavy metal-ish.
Okay, maybe, yeah. Let's see. The title of the album was inspired by a true story of a girl locked in her room for 5 years by her demented grandmother.
Hmm.
Hmm. It was like a King
Some
Diamond.
flowers in the attic type shit.
Yeah.
Who do I got? Motherfucking Santana.
Okay.
I never got big into them.
Yeah.
But if it's on, I'll leave it on. It doesn't offend my ears. But then there's moments where I'm like, oh, he's just boring.
Sounds like the same licks over and over again a lot of times.
Kind of does, yeah. I mean, I like Oye Como Va's pretty good, and Black Magic Woman's cool, but that fucking thing he wound up doing with the singer from Matchbox 20, ugh.
Ugh.
Had enough of that fucking song, that smooth bullshit.
Yeah. Go fuck yourselves.
Exactly. Um, Combining Afro Latin rhythms with blues and rock. He was at Woodstock. He was at the U.S. Festival in '82, which Van Halen was at. He was at Live Aid in '85. He's played in 44 states and 46 countries. I'd like to believe he's done more than that now.
I wonder which
The
states
group
he
is
didn't play
only
in.
one of what's that?
I wonder which states he didn't play in.
I would say probably some fucking deep southern Bible Belt states.
Maybe Alaska.
Yeah, maybe Alaska. The Santana Group is one of only 8 acts to have had top 10 albums in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And obviously that went into the 2000s because that album he did with that fucking song I just said was massive.
Mm. Right. The Cult.
The Cult. I don't love them, but I also don't hate them. They have some good songs.
Yeah, I don't care really. Let's see. Originally Southern Death Cult, then Death Cult, finally just the Cult. This band from Northern England has also evolved musically by imaginatively fusing elements of blues, rock, punk, and metal. Yeah, up until like these cards came out, there were 4 albums.
Yep, they're still going,
Are
still
they?
making records. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
still
care.
touring. My favorite factoid about them is that they were the first band to take a chance on Guns N' Roses and brought them on tour as an opener.
Huh, okay.
So when Appetite wasn't even out yet, GNR toured with them over in Europe, and the Cult helped break Guns N' Roses over in Europe. So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
I've got the London Choir Boys.
Oh boy. Where's the priest?
He's fucking sucking a pecker in the fucking.
Vestibule.
Formed in London in '86, the London Choir Boys built their reputation through live performances. A tape of the Sextet's performance at the '87 Reading Festival was broadcast on the BBC. Big Black Cock. Following the successor of two singles, Mayfair and There She Goes Again, they recorded their first album, A Bit of What You Fancy.
Ugh.
That makes me hate them.
Yeah, me too.
They named their album A Bit of What You Fancy.
Ugh.
Ugh. Came into the charts at number 2. They had a single that nobody gave a fuck about, and I mean, they look glamish, sort of.
But
They
are they?
look like they look like if you mixed the Cult with the Black Crows.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's going in the trash.
Here we go. MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
Let's see here. Uh, MC Hammer has not only become the most successful rap artist of all time, yeah, not anymore, but has
At that
transcended
point,
rap itself through his innovative and highly entertaining combination of music, rhyme, and dance. And then
can't touch this. Bow, down, down, down. Bow, down.
what was
Bow,
that?
down. Can't touch this.
What was that? Pumps in a bump.
Pumps in a bump. Pumps in a bump. Pumps in a bump.
It has Schlong just bouncing around in that video.
That's when he was trying to be gangsta.
Yeah, go watch that video.
Oh, that's a fantastic video for many reasons. I got Nelson.
I remember them.
I actually really kind of like these guys.
I did like
Their
them.
first album was fucking pretty goddamn good.
What was that big song? It was like the acoustic one.
Um, Maybe
Huh.
they'll say it on here. After the Rain was the date. That's the album After the Rain. Yeah, what is that fucking tune? There she goes. Oh, I live without your love and
Yeah,
affection. That's
okay.
a good song,
I
man.
remember that. There's a video for it too.
Absolutely. Yeah, so these guys are the offspring of Ricky Nelson, who was a big singer and kind of teen idol guy back in the like 50s and 60s.
Huh,
And the drummer for Nelson was Bobby Rock, who was also the drummer for the Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
huh. And then one of them ended up on that Fat show, Fit Club show, or
Oh yeah, I remember that. One of them got kind of overweight. Yeah,
yeah, I don't remember which one, but all right, here we go. Belinda Carlisle.
Belinda Carlisle from the Go Go's, I believe.
Uh, Second album, solo album. Oh, it just says this is all her solo stuff. Established her internationally as a front rank solo performer. Singer's latest album, Runaway Horses, featured a guest appearance by George Harrison. She was reunited with the Go-Go's for a tour in 1990.
There you go. Singer from the Go Go's. I got Tom motherfucking Petty.
Meh.
Same. Yeah, I mean, he's got moments where I'm like, that's sort of okay. I can live with that.
When I
But
was
yeah,
younger,
never got into his shit, like got into his stuff.
yeah, his
He did
voice was
have one
noisy.
song that I really liked a lot called Last Dance with Mary Jane.
What about
It's
that
a
other
good
one?
song.
Na, 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 na. Yeah.
Running Down a Dream. That one's all right.
Yeah.
That one's all right.
He just reminds me of if Bob Dylan was able to sing.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. I would agree with you.
I hate Bob Dylan.
So do I. Dude, all my customers keep telling me to watch that fucking Bob Dylan movie that just came out.
I'm gonna fall
And
asleep.
all I can do is fucking tell them to go fuck themselves. Not doing it.
Nah, not unless I need to.
Not doing it.
At least not unless I'm trying to fall asleep. Fuck that.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like listening to slam poetry with some stupid acoustic guitar behind it. Go fuck yourself.
Yes. And a dude with a fucking sinus infection doing the fucking slam
Yeah.
poetry.
Blow your goddamn nose.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Fucking
with a
idiot.
45.
Yeah, exactly. Blow your nose with a shotgun, you fucking idiots. Lisa, you been. Ugh.
I I don't know who this is. Let's see if I can get that thing angled right.
What is this? Adamski? Yeah, I think I've gotten this dude's cards. He looks like fucking. Oh boy. He
Jamiroquai?
looks like. What's that?
Jamiroquai with that stupid hat.
Kind of, but he also looks like every fucking white dude I went to school with that wanted so hard to be black.
Uh, let's see here. Born in New Forest, England, Adam Tinley formed his first group with his 6-year-old brother when he was 11, uh, called Stupid Babies. They had a one-off hit. Really? But it wasn't until the summer of 1989 that, armed with a keyboard, sampler, and a drum machine, Adam Ski and his music took to the road and played live to a variety of audiences in aircraft hangars and farms in England. Why has this guy got a fucking card he's playing on farms? Nobody ever heard from him again.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully his career ended like fucking Kurt Cobain's did. I got Bonnie Raitt.
Okay.
Very good guitar player and a good singer too. She's got a great voice.
Who's that
But
lady
again,
that
another one I just never got into.
who's the one that has a TV show? Reba. She reminds me of Reba for
Reba
some
McEntire.
like I get them confused for some reason.
I could see that. They're both redhead fucking broads.
Yeah. I think
I've heard that Bonnie Raitt is an insufferable bitch.
meh, maybe.
That's just what I've heard. I've never had any experiences with her, but I've heard that she's a fucking insufferable bitch.
I would walk right by her and not even know who she was.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really give a shit if I saw her or not,
Hmm.
but there she is.
Man.
Getting something to talk about.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's see here. Eddie Money.
Eddie Money.
He looks like
He's
that.
got some good tunes.
You know, who he looks like. Remember that show, Perfect Strangers? Balky. Imagine.
Oh, he looks like Balky Bartokomous with a fucking hair metal wig on.
Yeah.
Cousin Larry.
I always get that Perfect Strangers song stuck in my head. Dun,
Oh
dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Don't be ridiculous.
dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. Let's see. Eddie Money. Let's see. His self-titled debut album in 1978 contained two top 40 hit singles, "Baby Hold On" and "Two Tickets to Paradise." Oh yeah. Okay.
Shaken is a really great song from him, man.
I never got
That's a
into
good
him.
song. Yeah, I don't love him, but I really like that song Shaken a lot. That's fucking good too. I got a concert poster for The Who.
Yeah.
There's another band that I never really gave a shit about.
No, I always thought they were overrated.
Same. Um, a dude that I went to high school with used to bother the fuck out of me. Dude, you have to get The Who live at Leeds.
No
It's the
idea.
fucking greatest live album that's ever been made, dude. I'm telling you right now, it'll make you appreciate The Who. It'll make you appreciate punk rock. It's so fuck. And I listened to it because I trusted this guy because he was a guitar player, dude, that I looked up to, and I just went, yo, I can't. It's boring as fuck to me, dude. Just
Mm,
not into it. If I'm gonna listen to fucking late '60s English music, I'm gonna listen to Zeppelin and Sabbath, and
mm.
that's it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I never cared about the Who, and fuck Pete Townsend and his whole fucking helicopter arm bullshit while he's looking at kitty porn.
he's just doing research.
Right, right.
Mm.
Just research.
Put
I
in my
was
credit
writing a
card.
book.
Yeah. Where's that book?
Yeah, exactly.
Suicidal tendencies.
Oh fuck yeah.
I'm gonna get there.
And that all the way on the end right there is Mr. Rob Trujillo, who is
Uh,
currently the bass
uh,
player for Metallica.
yeah.
Spent some time in Black Label Society.
Doesn't his son play for them now? Suicidal tendencies?
No.
Oh,
His son is an on again, off again touring member of Korn.
okay. Let's see. Suicidal Tendencies rose from America's hardcore slash metal underground to record the album How Will I Laugh Tomorrow? When I Can't Even Smile Today. That's weird that
Great album.
they spaced that out. Uh, let's see, in 1988, and Lights Camera Revolution in 1990. And then it just lists the members of the band. So
Good
two
shit. I
albums.
love Suicidal Tendencies.
They're okay. I don't care that much. I don't know.
I could see how they could be a little annoying because they're kind of like punk, and Mike Muir goes off on fucking rants in the middle of songs sometimes.
And I
And
don't give a shit if you wanted a Pepsi. You know,
yeah, fair enough.
like,
I get how that song could be annoying.
yeah.
And that's not even a song I really love from them. That album, How Can I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today, doesn't have any of that in it. It's just straight up thrash. And the leads from Rocky George throughout that fucking album are so good, dude.
Okay.
You should listen to that one because it's nothing like the institutionalized era. It's they went completely fucking did a 180 and went thrash.
Okay. Yeah, because they look like guys that should be playing rock rap. Yeah.
Yeah, they did have that like kind of cholo look, you know, jean shorts with the socks pulled all the way
With
up and the fucking
flannels.
flannel buttoned all the way up to the neck, and yeah. But listen to their thrashier shit like after the first few albums. Start with How Can I Laugh and then go forward, and their shit's really good.
Okay.
I got a concert poster of black metal bands. No,
You can't read it?
well, I got the black right. It's Jimi Hendrix
Huh.
and John Mayall and Albert King.
Ah, okay.
Pretty cool. I
That
love
looks
Jimi
cool.
Hendrix.
Yeah, I liked him. I listened to a lot of Hendrix when I was young, just learning to play guitar.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing interesting on the back of it, but there you go.
My last card was a good one. Mr. Big.
Nice.
I like Mr. Big.
Billy Sheehan
Paul Gilbert.
and Paul Gilbert. That's right.
Let's see. It can be hard putting a lot of proven talents together in one band. So
Can
initially,
it?
so initially we were wary of stepping on each other's toes. Says
Were
former
you?
says former David Lee Roth sidekick Billy Sheehan or sideman. Let's see. Now of all the all-star rock groups, Mr. Big, as it turns out, we are all such fans of one another that it worked out perfectly.
Are you?
Album Mr. Big, 1989. Oh, they only had one album at this point. I don't know how many albums they actually have.
They got a few.
Hmm.
They
Okay.
have quite a few actually, because they. So there was a point when Paul Gilbert left, and Richie Kotzen was the guitar player in Mr. Big for like two albums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Paul Gilbert and Billy Sheehan are kind of like magic together, though.
yeah, yeah. That's a great fucking combination of fucking musicians right there.
Yeah.
They're done too. Like they just did a tour and they're like officially done. Like they, I guess, because the drummer that's on that card, Pat Torpey, he died a few years ago,
Oh,
and they were like, at that point, they were like, we don't want to go on without him. But I guess there was the demand for one more tour and one more record, so they did a record and did a tour, and they're fucking done now.
I would like to see Racer X,
Mm,
but with Bruce back. Like I know there was a one point where they did it without Bruce Billette. Like
right.
I want to see that. You know, I don't
And
remember.
see Scott Travis come back on drums.
Yeah, I don't remember who took over for Bruce on guitar, but he must have been good, whoever he was.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, Bruce doesn't get as much credit as a guitar player as he deserves because you listen to the Racer X stuff and everybody thinks, oh, it's all Paul Gilbert, but it wasn't. Bruce
Right.
Bruce did a lot of those leads too. Like so, but Paul Gilbert did so much other stuff that his name got out there more. And I don't know what happened. Bruce just kind of disappeared, you know.
Yeah, fucking Paul Gilbert's like a bigger personality and stuff, and
Yeah.
still making records. Have you
Yeah.
heard that Dio album that he did?
Oh, I heard some of it where I was doing the vocals with the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
He just seems like a cool guy. Just like
He does come off as like very likable.
a nerd, like music nerd, just wants to play and have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could see you and him getting along because he probably would love to talk about gear.
Yeah. When I met Steve Vai, we had a little talk about gear too.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
And I got to jam with him, which was cool. So, but
That's beyond cool that you got to be on a fucking recording with Steve Vai.
I got to jam with him and his band, uh, which was intimidating. He's like,
Of
he's like,
course.
go ahead, go do solo. Go ahead, do one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did a recording with him, right?
Yeah, there was a group of us that we're on. It's one song, but yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But still, you're on a fucking recording with Steve Vai. That's killer.
yeah. It's cool. I mean, you wouldn't be able to pick me out on it, but yeah, I was. I'm in there. Just
You know you're on it. That's all that
yeah,
fucking matters.
so doing the guitar harmony parts, you know. So yeah, it was cool.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah, and you got to walk through like the recording process with him. This is how I record, and this is how I
Yeah.
like. He was like, "Here's how I write a song." Okay, what do you guys think of this part? Oh, should I put this here instead? Or it's like, oh, okay, this is cool. All right, you know. So probably a basic song for him, but to know like he went into that song, none of it was planned. We just came in there. He's like, "Hey, let's just write a song and record it." We got the engineers here, and like none of it. He was just like playing around. We're all just playing around, and then he's like, "All right, let's go with this riff," and then just went from there. Like, all right, you play a
That's
third,
crazy.
you play a fifth. We'll record those. Like, okay, like,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was cool. Yeah, but it was cool. No, like that he didn't just come in there like, "I have these ideas, and this is what I want you guys to do." It was like he wrote it with us there. You know,
Right.
so yeah,
Yeah, it was like a spur of the moment kind of thing. That's fucking cool.
yeah, and then he had his bass player and his drummer there with us, and to help flesh out the ideas. So that was cool. Yeah.
I wish he would have got to do that album with Ozzy, man.
He talked about it. The record company didn't want to
Oh,
pay.
did he?
Yeah, they didn't want to pay him.
Ah, okay. That makes
He
sense.
he said like, "Oh yeah, I got together with Ozzy. He said he wrote a couple of. There was a song that you could listen to.
There is a song on Osmosis that he has a credit for. Is it My Little Man? I think it is.
I think there's a recording of him that you can listen to though too. But
Oh, there's an actual recording with him.
I think so. But then
Okay.
the record company, like Steve Vai's not cheap.
Yeah,
He has his own name. He doesn't need to do Ozzy's album.
it's true.
He wanted to, but he
Right.
doesn't need to. He could just do another album on his own, and the record company didn't want to pay him for some reason, so he didn't do it.
And in comes Zakk Wylde yet again to save the day.
Yep.
I got
But
to be honest, though, I'm happy for that because that Osmosis album has one of my top favorite guitar tones on it. Like the way Zakk sounds on that album. I don't know if it's whatever fucking amp he was playing through, whatever fucking pedals he was using. There's certain songs on that album where he's got this wet guitar tone. It's almost like it's just dripping in chorus.
might be.
And when he comes in heavy with the distortion, it just really fucking slams like so good. So fucking good. And his lead tones throughout the whole thing are just fucking incredible.
I'm wondering, like, because Zach was in that band for a while, the amount of money that they would have had to take for Zach, or maybe they gave him licensing credits and stuff to
And
pay.
he's got songwriting credits.
That's the thing.
That's
Maybe.
the main thing you want is songwriting
But that's the
credits.
thing with Ozzy, and I don't know if it's necessarily Ozzy or his management that pulls it a lot, but a lot of people end up leaving the band or not getting credit when they deserved it.
Like
And
Jakey Lee.
one of the problems could have been, well, we're not going to give you songwriting, which would have paid him,
Right.
and maybe that's also like, you want me to do it, you want me to write it, you don't have to, this is how I get paid, like.
Right. I want my fucking credits.
And I don't think, because I know that's why Jakey Lee left, was they took him
Yes.
off of everything, and it's like I don't know if Ozzy's doing it because I don't. seems weird for a musician to do that to another musician, knowing like, oh, this guy wrote the song. But it does seem like a move management would pull.
Yeah, I think it's because Sharon is so fucking shrewd with business dealings.
I
You
just
know,
don't.
she takes after her father, who was kind of like he was kind of like a mafia guy in the music scene. It was like you did what he said, and if you didn't like it, there's fucking 12 other bands that are waiting at my door to fucking do what I want.
I just the one thing I don't understand is if how do you take him off of it? Like if he's on the writing already, how do you remove his name without him signing off on it? For like you can't just go, okay, well he didn't write it, I'm taking it off now. I don't think it works like that. They would have had to have bought it from him. Yeah.
Yeah, that, or they're just like, hey, this is what it is,
Yeah. I
and
don't know how
fucking
you could change the deal
we'll give
after
you
it's already
such and such
done.
amount, you know.
He might have signed something stupid where it was like after a certain amount of time,
Yeah,
we can reevaluate, and then they changed it on him, you know.
which it seems is like what the deal was with Dio, with fucking Vivian Campbell. Because if you listen to Vivian Campbell's story of everything, it was Dio was constantly promising, listen, the next album you're going to make more money. The next album you're going to make more money. The next tour you're going to make more money. And it wasn't happening. And that's when Vivian Campbell started getting pissed off.
I could see that. I don't know. But that seems like a management move also,
Yes.
you know? And also, like, I've been in those situations like, oh, I'd like to give you guys more money, but we didn't really make it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
sometimes
If you're not making the money, it's
you're at those shows, and some of those times you're like, yeah, they probably didn't make it. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I know how, yeah, So,
Right.
but whatever. Anyway,
It
so,
is what it is.
yep. See you next time.
Later, y'all.
Bye, jerks. It won't
Packers.
stop.